Joel Embiid is not going to play in tonight's game against the Denver Nuggets. This is the fifth time in 5 years that Joel Embiid has decided not to play a game against Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets in Denver. The last time he actually played a game in Denver was November 8th, 2019. In that game, he got 19 points on 6 of 17 shooting. So obviously not a great game for him. Maybe that's the reason why he never wants to come back to play in Denver again. He had a terrible game there, and I guess maybe he's traumatized from it. But seriousness aside, this injury he has right now is very vague. It's just like knee soreness. That's the only reason why he's sitting out. But I have to say this is very disappointing. It's also another reason why NBA fans are upset with the NBA and why ratings tend to decline as the years go by. The last few years, ratings have gone down to all-time lows, and the NBA wants to know why the ratings go down. It's stuff like this that causes it, because real fans of the game, they want to see competitive basketball. They want to see the great matchups. They want to see the stars battle it out and go at it, just like battle the Titans, like mano y mano. We all want to see that stuff go down. This would be a premier matchup, just if it actually did happen more consistently, because you have Jokic, who's the best center in the league, and then Joel Embiid, who's one of the top centers in the league. You can argue in healthy, top three, just somewhere in there, going against Jokic. That's an awesome matchup. That's like what we used to see back in the day at the center spot during the 90s, when you had like David versus Patrick Ewing, or Shaq versus Hakeem, or Hakeem versus David. Those were great, fun matchups to watch. And then during the 2000s, you had matchups like Duncan versus Shaq, Garnett versus Duncan. Just these matchups were awesome, and that's what fans crave. They crave a great matchup, and we're just not getting that. So that's very frustrating. Just the NBA has to do a better job at somehow getting these guys to play in these primetime matchups, because this game was actually scheduled to be on TV tonight. I think it's either on TNT or ESPN. But what's the point of watching this now, especially at the time it premieres at, which is I think 10:30. Just that's too late. It's not even worth staying up for if you live on the East Coast like I do, because the top two players are not playing. It's just Nikola Jokic versus whatever scrub the Sixers have starting at center tonight. Just I don't even think Drummond's playing. So, Jokic is going to light them up pretty badly, but it's just not going to be as fun if it was him versus Embiid. But this really shows from a competitive perspective that Joel Embiid doesn't really have any fire. Like this guy has been ducking Jokic for like 5 years now. Last time they played, like I said, was like November 8th of 2019. And it's like he doesn't want any smoke just when it comes to not having everything in his advantage. Obviously, he did play Jokic a few times before in the last few years, but it was always in Philadelphia. But he doesn't want to play in Denver. It's like he wants to keep this edge. But that shows he's not truly competitive. He doesn't have that desire to compete at the highest level. He wants everything to be in his favor. Pretty much like all these young stars are today. They want all the advantages in their favor. They don't want to be challenged. They don't want to test themselves. And this is just another example of this. Just very disappointing, I have to say. When I first saw this game scheduled today, I thought it was going to be a great game. Then I double checked to see if Joel was playing, and he's not. So this guy is scared of Jokic. He doesn't want that smoke. He just does not want to deal with it. He doesn't want to risk any chance of getting humiliated. So he's sitting this game out. I don't have anything else to say about this.